They say betrayal is a choice, a deliberate act of breaking trust. But what if it's not that simple? What if the only way to save one life is to destroy every bond you've ever built? This is the story of Kai, Ren, and Aiko, forged in the same fire. They trained together for years, trusting each other with their lives, their secrets, everything. That's why no one saw the betrayal coming. Their mentor, a wise but weary old master, once told them, one day, saving one person will mean hurting another. Ren didn't understand the weight of those words then, but he was about to learn. The night everything fell apart, the storm came first, tearing through the city with a fury that mirrored the chaos about to unfold. Then came the truth, sharp and cold as a blade. In the ruins of their headquarters, Kai faced Ren, his eyes burning with disbelief and rage. You sold us out. You chose yourself over the team, over everything we stood for. Ren didn't deny it. He met Kai's gaze, his own expression a mask of hardened sorrow. His voice was low, almost a whisper against the wind. If I didn't, she would be dead. The air went still. Aiko froze, the accusation hanging between them, because suddenly the betrayal had a name, and it was hers. You didn't have the right, Kai roared, his voice cracking with emotion. No one gets to decide who lives and who dies. That's not our place. Ren's response was quiet, but it cut deeper than any shout. He looked directly at Kai. If it was you, standing where I stood, would you let her die? Kai had no answer. The question hung in the air, a silent condemnation of his own certainty. Then, Aiko finally found her voice, a fragile sound in the storm. So my life was the price. Ren didn't hesitate. His eyes found hers, and for a fleeting moment, she saw the boy she once knew, not the traitor he had become. I'd pay it again. It wasn't a declaration of cruelty. It was a confession. Some choices don't let you stay innocent. Some paths force you to become the villain in someone else's story just to ensure that story continues. After that night, their world shattered. Kai, lost in a drift, buried himself in meaningless fights, his fists seeking the certainty his heart had lost. Aiko survived, but every breath felt borrowed, a debt she could never repay. And Ren simply vanished. He became a ghost, a whisper in the alleys, forever carrying the weight of his choice alone. The world branded him a traitor, a monster, a man who sacrificed his friends for his own gain. He never corrected them. He let their hatred be his shield, his penance. But truth, like a river, eventually finds its way to the surface. Years later, a hidden ledger, a secret transmission, a deathbed confession, the pieces started to come together. Ren's betrayal hadn't just saved one life. It had been a desperate, calculated move to stop a massacre. An entire district was set to be erased from the map, a secret cleansing that would have cost thousands of lives. Ren had traded his honor to prevent a genocide. Kai discovered this truth too late, long after his anger had cooled into a hollow ache of regret. And then, fate delivered its cruelest twist. He found himself on a different night, under the same stormy sky, facing the exact same choice: sacrifice one innocent soul, or watch a city burn. In that moment, staring into the abyss, Kai finally understood Ren's silence. He understood the crushing loneliness of a choice with no right answer. He made his choice, and in doing so, he became the very thing he had once hated. When Kai and Ren finally met again, years later, the anger was gone. In its place was a profound, unspoken understanding. They were two sides of the same tarnished coin. Kai looked at his old friend and said the one thing he needed to say: I forgive you. It wasn't because Ren was right. It was because Kai finally knew the cost. Forgiveness didn't erase the pain, the loss, or the scars. It just meant they no longer had to carry the weight of it alone. It shared the burden. Some choices don't have good endings. They only have honest ones. They force us to look at ourselves and ask what we are willing to become for the people we love. So, let me ask you this. If your best friend betrayed everyone you knew to save the life of someone you love, could you forgive them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe for more.